So I just got off a call with a potential client and I used a custom GPT in a way that I had never used it before, and it literally saved me an hour and a half. Okay, so I often have people reach out and they say, hey, we're interested in applying for this federal grant. It's due in 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 weeks. Would you have a conversation with us? And often in that conversation, we're doing two things. One is we're assessing whether I'm a good fit for the opportunity, whether I think they're going to be successful. But we're also trying to figure out, like, how much is this going to cost, right? I need to figure that out so I can let them know by the end of the call. And we're really trying to do an assessment of whether that client can possibly be successful in the time frame given the requirements of the grant. Okay, so I had this happen recently as federal grants are starting to come back out, right? This was an organization I had never worked with before. They had heard from a friend that I would be a good person to work with, right? So we don't have a prior relationship. So what I used to do is I would read through the entire RFP, right? And it would take me an hour, sometimes more, honestly, to get through to make sure that I can ask the right questions and help them get to, help them really, like, almost facilitate a go, no-go decision-making meeting or call, while also trying to figure out sort of the mechanics of what I'm going to charge, what is a reasonable timeline that they can agree to in the moment so that we can, like, really get moving quickly. Okay, so it used to take me an hour, maybe an hour and a half, right? So let me show you what I'm doing now. Okay, so you are seeing the wrong thing. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so you are seeing a custom GPT that I've created to summarize federal grants. Okay, that's what it does. And I am going to just pull over the instructions package. This is not working at all. I'm going to need edits of this video. I'm going to pull over the instructions package as a PDF, and I'm going to ask my summarizer to summarize. And I have trained it to provide a standardized summary of the information I'm interested in knowing. So this overview that it returned was enough for me to have the conversation, have a relatively well-informed conversation to get to go, no go. And at the end of the conversation, it was clear they did not have the right folks in place to go after this. And so we immediately moved into, okay, are we going to be able to find you someone who can really help you prepare well for this, right? But instead of spending any amount of time on reading this RFP, I ran it through this summary, and I've been using it for a while, so I know and I trust it. But my gosh, I just saved myself an hour and a half in prepping for a sales call. So I'm super excited. This is the kind of stuff that I think AI can be really, really helpful in helping us just sort of navigate.